Good morning. The work that you're going to do for me for this coming week to be due in on or completed by the Wednesday the 20th of May is about reading graphs, bar graphs and tables and getting information from bar graphs and tables. So let's take a look at an example of a bar graph. This bar graph shows how much money Belforth Academy raised for the victims of an earthquake. The bar graph shows how much was raised by each year group. Now, what I want you to do before you go and try and answer any questions on bar graphs or tables is to have a really good look at the bar graph so you know exactly what it's showing before you answer the question so that you don't miss any information out from the bar graph. So let's take a look at what each bar is representing. So this is representing the year groups, first, second, third. So that's telling us that this bar is showing how much first year raised, this is how much second year raised, this is how much third year raised, and so on. Then we look at this scale here, and this is the amount of money raised in pounds. So £0, £100, £200, £300. But not every line has been marked. So the first thing we have to do is work out what each of the squares represent before you go and answer the question. So let's take a look at this bit here. 100 is the first mark after 0. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. So what we need to do is we need to do 100 divided by 4, and you can do that on your calculator, is 25. So that tells us that each square is 25 more going up the way. So this one would be £25, this would be £50, this would be £75, and so on. 100, you don't need to mark them all in, but if it helps, you can do 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, and so on. So now we're ready to answer the first question. Which year group raised the most money? That means you're looking for the highest column. It's not asking how much it raised, just which year group. So our answer is going to be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. And so we're looking at the highest column, which is this one here. So that means that our answer to the first question is first year. The second question is asking about amounts raised and the total amount. So we need to now write down how much first year raised, how much second year raised, how much third year, and then find the total of these by adding them together. So let's take a look at first year. It's 1 square above 300. So that's 300 plus 25. So we've got 325. Second year is either 1 square below 300, 25 below 300, or 3 squares above 200, 25, 50, 75. So it's 275. This one's right on the 200 mark. This one is 2 above 200, so 225, 250. This one is 3 above 100, or 1 below 200, so 25 below 200 is 175. And the last one, 1 square above 100, 125. We then have to get the total, so we have to add that up. Now, you have to show all the values that you're going to add up, but you don't actually have to do the chimney sum. That's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 20. So you write down the 0, carry the 2, then you add up the next one. But you can do that calculation on your calculator. You don't have to do a chimney sum, but you must show what calculation it is you're doing. What was the total amount raised? Remember, this is an amount of money, so we must then say that the total amount raised is, and put in the units. So that's what you have to look out for preparing your bar graph before you answer your question. Hope that helps with the exercises that you're going to be doing.